What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification bell so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. Now, Kemba Walker has been benched. He's going to be out of the rotation, uh, and this was a decision that was made by the coaching staff, Tom Thibodeau, and the New York Knicks. And a lot of people are kind of surprised by this. You know, me myself personally, if you go back and you go listen to my videos, I told people that Kimba, he's just not the same, right? And it wasn't to talk down on him because I actually happen to like Kimba Walker's game very much, especially when he came out of UConn earlier in his career. But we have to be we got to be fair about things, man, and we got to really call it for what it is and take, emotions out of it. The Knicks, even though they're in the seventh spot right now in the East. They have slipped. They were, up at the top, but they slipped that as of late. And I don't think that I don't think that Tom Thibodeau wants to have a repeat of what took place last season. And that's not to say that they had a bad season because yesterday, I mean, I'm not yesterday. Uh, last season they actually overachieved, and they did quite well for a franchise that hadn't been in prominence in quite some time. But you know, Kimbo, man, we have to really address some things. Okay, now when he was in Charlotte as a Bobcat, you know, he was that guy, and he spent many seasons there as pretty much the main player there. But you never really got to see it because it wasn't really a lot of exposure. And also, the thing about it too is that their team wasn't really going anywhere. They'll make the playoffs here and there, but they were always underachieving and stuff. And he got robbed of some great years there. And then what ended up happening? Started getting hurt. And as I told people before, he started off, as a guy like, a clutch shot maker because that's what Kemba is known for. He's a closer. Especially earlier in his career, he's known as a closer. That's what he used to do when he was in UConn. He was a closer. You talk about pressure situations. You talking about needing to get buckets at the end. Kimber could do that, but over the past several seasons, because of the injuries, especially with the knee, it has set him back. It has set him back tremendously. And matter of fact, when he was with the Boston Celtics, as when he had replaced Uncle Drew or Kyrie, it did work out. It just did not work out, and he was hurt some more when he was with Boston. Then he tried to come to New York, revitalize his career and everything, and it just doesn't seem to be working out. It just does not seem to be working out. Now, Alex Burke is going to be taking over. He's young. We're going to see what happens with him. But I think that Tibbs is not. He's not playing. He's not trying to fall again. Tibbs is somebody, man, that's not going to stand for that, and he's going to continue to win, regardless of what you may think about Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau is a winner. I know that he gets this bad rap about what happened in Chicago about running D Rose to the ground and him his practices being hard or whatever. I don't like hearing stuff like that. I think that gets on my nerves. Oh, the practices are too hard. You're working them too hard and stuff like that. Well, I could name several coaches that used to do that. I could name several coaches, and they were successful at it. Pat Riley, okay, right off the hand, and he's still doing it to this day in terms of a protocol that you have to follow when you go to Miami. Okay, he did it while he was in L.A. and he did it while he was in New York and in Miami. His practices were brutal, right? Uh, Another guy, Byron Scott. Now Byron Scott, he wasn't as successful as some of the other coaches, but his coaching style was no nonsense, no nonsense, man. Um, Lionel Holland, man, his coaches, his coaching style was no joke, pretty much cutthroat. Larry Brown, I could go on and on and on and on with a lot of coaches that really are not gonna stand for that type of shit, and they're really, everybody's like, oh yeah, well, they working me too hard, man. Look, if you want to win, I mean, what's the sense of, you going there and you're not trying to implement change? And that's what Tom Thibodeau is there to do. You can love him, or you can hate him. It doesn't matter. I absolutely happen to like his coaching style, but that's a whole nother subject. Though. Now, this New York Knicks team, they're still in a decent position. You know what I'm saying? But they just need to go ahead and they need to start winning now. We'll see what happens now that Burke is inserted into the lineup. I've watched New York play. They they show some life in the beginning of the season, and then they've been slipping here and there. One thing that they have not been doing that I think that was really their identity was their defense. Their hard nosed defense that they want you to do. They're not doing it as much as they were at the beginning of the season. Now, do I believe that New York is still a team to be, feared? Absolutely. It's not the same New York because see, last year, if you go back and you go look at a lot of New York games, a lot of their losses that they took, they were close losses, and they weren't losing by much. And then on top of that, I'll say it again, and I've told people time and time again, they were number one and number two in defense. It was them. It was between them and the Lakers. So I just think that they're trying to get back to that. But am I going to sit here and say that Kemba Walker, his career is over with? I would certainly not like to think something like that. But his days of being that guy that could, carry the load, so to speak, those days are gone. It's just like when I was talking about John Wall. Those days are gone. Those days are gone, man. Um, I think like with him, it's just gonna be him just accepting the role, coming off the bench, which a lot of guys have a problem with. And he said, hey, I don't think that he has a problem with it. You know, what I'm saying? I think Kemba just wants to do what's necessary to win. I mean, he is back home. He is back home in New York and everything. You know, but I think he wanted. I think he did want to start. You know what I'm saying? But maybe this will give him some sort of boost. You know, a lot of times, man, a guy could end up getting on the bench. You said Jordan ran him into the dirt in Charlotte. Uh, nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. You know, it's just that Jordan was making some horrible decisions in the beginning, and then when he decided he wanted to get him somewhere. He wasn't going to bring him back and everything. And a lot of people criticize Jordan for not wanting to bring him back and try to open it up and try to make way. And now you see what happened. Jordan actually made a good chess move, and a lot of people didn't know that. But I agree with you in the sense, Andover, in the sense that he didn't put no pieces around him. But Kimba Walker, he was he was doing his thing out there. You know what I'm saying? They had some times where they showed Charlotte showed some sort of life where they could be like, man, this team could actually go somewhere, but it can't be just little Kimber, doing everything. So I could kind of see what you're saying in terms of that. But now, you got Lamelo there and Charlotte and all that other stuff, and I'm pretty sure, Kimber's looking at it. He's like, damn, that could have been me. How they had all these people. He would have loved to play with. The combination of having Bridges there and all those other boys there. You know what I'm saying? That are there, that young flourishing squad that he got right there. And Charlotte just wanted to get younger. They just wanted to get younger, man. They wanted to get younger. They wanted to get faster, and they wanted to get way, way, way more athletic than what they are. And you're seeing that's the style that they wanted to play, and that's conducive of what Carolina basketball is about, anyway. You know, they wanted to get younger, fresher, more vibrant, and more athletic. And we got to be honest, man. Like Lamelo Ball's impact is way, way better. And I don't care what anybody says, man. Lamelo Ball, when it's all said and done, if he stay healthy and nothing happens to him, any type of situation, whether it's off the court, uh, injuries, any of that stuff, Lamelo Ball is going to go down not only as a superstar player, possibly a Hall of Fame, all of that. He is valuable to his squad. I I think that more people give him credit for. Listen. I don't want Lamelo Ball. Listen, Lamelo Ball can impact the game without scoring, and there's very few people that can do that now in this game. It's like now everybody needs to score. They have to score. They got to score 20. They got to score 30 to make themselves feel impactful. No, because when he played against Anthony Edwards, guess what? He was 10. He had 10 points, but he had 13 assists, and I think he had a few rebounds, and they won the game. To me, that's better than him scoring 30 points or having a 30-point triple double and losing. But a lot of people don't really see it. They don't see it my way. They don't see it my way, man. But yeah, man, LaMelo Ball, man, he's made a more of an impact, and I believe that the Charlotte franchise is pleased with what they're seeing, but they just wanted to move on from Kemba. Sad as it is to say, I wish that Kemba would have been in a entirely different situation than what he was coming out of UConn. But do I believe his career is over? Nah, I don't think it's over yet. But do I think that he's that guy that can carry a team and carry a load like he used to? Nah, not anymore. Not anymore. And I told people that I didn't like the move. That's what I told Ticket. I told Ticket this, man. I told him that. Shout out to Ticket TV and Pro Basketball Updates. I told him about it. If you haven't subbed to Ticket TV, definitely go sub to his multiple channels that he has. When he said that Kimber was going to New York, I didn't like the move. I didn't like the move at all. I told him that. A lot of people disagree with me. They said this, they said that. I'm like, look, man, it has nothing to do. Look, we know the dude. You could be the most talented guy in the world. You could, man. I'm telling you, man, you could have everything in your bag, but if you are not healthy, you're it's null and void, man. It really, I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't mean anything. It's all about how your health is and how you're gonna function. And that knee just set him back. Dare I say it robbed him of his athleticism? Not to say that he was super jumping out of the gym or anything like that, but I'm talking about like quickness and speed and moving lateral and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens with Kemba. Y'all let me know what you think. Leave your comments. Like this video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications. Follow Sports Talk and Entertainment. I'll get at y'all later.